intro us.
Intro us. All right, Some Guy and John. And guess what? It's only Guy and John this time. John is back on Some Guy and John. Who would have thought that? Back from that vacation.
And we're still at the Imperial.
Well, because they like us.
We haven't found a place where we could actually do it otherwise.
I like doing this in the bar.
Yeah, me too.
It's good. They always have alcohol.
Yeah.
It's a nice lubricant for this. It's good.
So before we started, we almost started. So now we're actually starting and ideas for.
We start talking about what we'd like to talk about.
Yeah. We might as well start.
And then before you know it, we're like, oh shit, we should save some of this.
Yeah, we should go. We should just go. Yeah.
So we should go. Okay. Yeah. So I was away, and in that time, you, Adam, and Steven, I'm assuming you didn't bring Carrie along?
He didn't want to come. I invited him.
Carrie didn't want to come?
No.
He wanted to the very first plug. I remember when we were talking about it.
His loss.
And then all of a sudden he was like, oh, I know what happened.
Stuff.
Exactly.
Stuff happened.
We were talking about doing it. You, me, Adam, and Steven. And then I was like, well, I'm leaving. I'm going on vacation. And Carrie jumped in and said, hey, can I come too? And then as a joke, I think either Adam or Steven, it might have been Adam. I don't know. Somebody said no. And then everybody just kind of piled on just as a joke. But I never got the impression he wasn't allowed to come.
When I set up the event, it was me, him, Steven. Yeah. It was me, Carrie, Steven, and Adam, and he never responded.
He never. Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, if you happen to listen to this, I don't think you're blacklisted at all.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
But okay, he didn't come. Okay, so it was you, Adam, Steven while I was gone.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play these in order on YouTube. So
so this will come after that.
So looking into the past, in which I wasn't here, you've already heard you, Adam, and Steven. I have not yet because I am in the present, the soon-to-be past for all you viewers, listeners. You guys saw Independence Day. Resurgence. That's what sounds like one of the Divergent movies. Doesn't that sound like the name of the Divergent?
It does, there's a great setup for a third movie in it at the end. But we'll get to that. That's a podcast for another time.
Okay, I haven't seen it. You've seen it, but to your credit, you've only seen it once.
Yeah,
but you saw
Ninja Turtles three times.
So what does that tell you, folks?
Yeah, I saw one of those times was out of spite. Out of a horrible review that I saw, and I was like, no, this movie's fun.
Right.
Fuck it, I'm going to go see it again.
And you wouldn't even see this movie out of spite. Okay, so lay it on me. And you know what? You can give me the spoilers. I don't mind. Because I'm going to see it eventually. I just haven't gotten around to it, and no one's really pressuring me.
Well, I need to see it again before we can go through it that way.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you give me the gist? No, you don't want to give me the gist? You're hesitating.
It repeats a lot of the same beats from the first one, not as well.
Okay. Do you think it was one of those? It's the 20th anniversary. We should probably do one. Do you think it was one of those?
It's just a movie without the fun.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not that much fun.
Okay, so definitely not as good as the original.
No.
I love the original.
Yeah, the original is.
I loved everything that guy did. I loved Stargate. I loved Independence Day.
A little bit schlocky, but not quite, because he knew what he was doing, and now that he has to write a sequel, he's stuck with what he already wrote before. And 5 writers.
What?
5 writers, 4 people on the story. That's what made it so bad.
That's bad.
There was a point in the theater, and I couldn't help it. I said, "Fuck this subplot."
Oh yeah, you're telling me. You actually you vocally said "fuck this subplot" mid viewing. Well, again, these are all the reviews I'm getting from other people, which is like, if you like the original, don't bother.
Yeah, it's just a sci-fi. It's just a big sci-fi movie, and is it at least a good movie? Let's say it's a bad Independence Day movie. Is it at least a good movie? Although with a line, like I said, it's just a movie.
A line with "fuck this subplot" doesn't sound very good.
It's basically just a movie.
Just a movie. Okay, it couldn't stand on its own, right? You had to see the sequel to watch this one, right?
You had to see the original.
Okay, because it's been 20 years. So there's a whole generation of kids who love sci-fi, but were never around for the original, like you and me. Like, I remember the original coming out,
and the original
and being super. No, forgetting even just the movie and how great great the movie was. I remember the marketing build-up to the movie, and the commercials.
The commercials blowing up the White House.
No, but the commercials looked like news footage.
Yeah,
I'd never seen that before.
Yeah,
I remember that. There was like all kinds of like there's a countdown, they're coming.
There was that's right. They looked like news footage.
They had all the news footage, and it was I remember this. It was '96. It was one of the first movies that had a tie-in online. I'll tell you why this is important. Why one of these weird things about Independence Day, I know. This and what I experienced, it was one of the first movies that had a tie-in online with their marketing, which means you could go to ID, and I even remember the web address. It was id4.com, and you could go there, and you'd see all the different news channel footage of the aliens' impending landing, like they were entering our atmosphere, and we're all worried, and all of a sudden we're losing cities, and now they're entering our atmosphere. It was all news footage style,
which is funny because they stole that from Starship Troopers.
Yeah, I know, but they did it better.
They did it better.
Starship Troopers, everybody knew.
Yeah.
But Independence Day, they didn't say there was a movie coming. Here's the cool thing. They didn't say there was watch this movie.
It was like a War of the Worlds.
No, it was just the news footage.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what the fuck this was all about.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. It freaked people out a little bit. It wasn't as bad as War of the Worlds, like where it's enthralling and people were really scared. Yeah. People knew it was a gimmick and wasn't real, but still, there was no mention of
it was good marketing.
See this movie. Yeah, the marketing, you could go online and like I said, you could watch, there was a big map and it was showing you where live footage of, live feed on the radar screen at NORAD of these ships were coming in, little blips on the screen, and people were screaming and running in the background, and it looked pretty legit. Well, at least
I wonder if it's still out there.
To me, a 14-year-old, it looks pretty good. Oh, I'm sure somebody's got that footage.
I'm sure it's a YouTube video.
It's all property of 20th Century Fox. I'm positive of that.
In the comments,
I remember just being blown away. Like, this is going to be the biggest movie in the history of movies. No one has ever done anything like this.
Fans
before.
of the podcast, if we have any, in the comments, hook us up with the link to the in this video's comments. Hook us up with a link to that footage, so we can watch that and do a podcast just on that.
It was all the fake news organizations, but they looked real, like GNN instead of CNN, like shit like that. Fax News.
See, I wasn't online then,
MSNBC or something. It was ridiculous. I mean, they were all
change one letter.
Yeah, that's all they had to do.
ABD, NBS.
All of a sudden, if you called NBS,
CNN,
20th Century Fox wouldn't piss off Universal.
Yeah.
But all you saw was new footage, and it looked legit, and it blew me away. I was 14 when it came out, and I remember that. I was still on dial-up in '96.
I was 24, and I made everybody go watch it a bunch of times.
Yeah, I was happy to see that. I needed answers. What was happening?
I don't think I ever saw it sober in the theater. That and Natural Born Killers.
There you go. Well, that's a good movie to see drunk.
Yeah, I wasn't drunk though, but I was so loud.
You felt like you were drunk.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember the original, loved the original, but this one I don't get the impression anywhere near as good. Nobody's jumping backflips over this one. Everybody went nuts over the original. The original was amazing. It still is. It's still good to sit down and watch it. You just got to remember it's 1996 when you see it.
Yeah.
But that's not terribly hard. It was 20 years ago, but you know what? Just don't look at the cell phones. And everything else looks pretty legit.
Yeah.
The fighter planes all kind of look the same. We still use F-18s.
Yeah.
All the cities look the same. People are still getting fucked up and drinking and partying and stuff on the roof of buildings. When aliens attack, people are still going to party. That's all the same. That hasn't changed. Just don't look at the cell phones. That is the trick to dated movies, especially in the 90s. Anything that was awesome in the 90s.
Wait, no, they didn't have...
Just don't look at the cell phones. Don't look at all the flip phones.
They didn't have flip phones then.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
flip
did.
Phones? Okay, 96?
Yeah. 96, of course they did.
Yeah.
They just didn't have good flip phones. They had shitty flip phones. They had the plasticky ones. You know, like they had the Saved by the Bell flip phones. Not the brick. No. Saved by the Bell had the brick. That was early 90s.
Yeah.
He had the brick. Zach had the brick. They had the flip phones that came right after that were still kind of bulky. They still had a battery pack attached to them.
Oh god,
those flip phones.
Oh yeah, the
flip phones that have no games.
With the pull-out antenna.
Yeah, with the pull-out antenna. You got it. It was the Motorola flip phone with you had to pull the antenna. It was those flip phones.
Oh god, those were.
We're talking flip phones without cameras. Those ones. They had those in '96. Yeah. Anyway, just replace those in your mind with iPhones, and the movie still holds up pretty well. Mm-hmm. It does. It really does. But, that's one way I enjoy that movie today. 20 years later, is just ignore the cell phone thing, and that's the trick I use on any movie from the 90s. I just ignore the cell phone.
I watched it in preparation for this, and there was another thing that only older me even picked up on. You would pick up on it. You might not have picked up on it.
Okay.
You will as soon as I say it.
Okay.
All the planes, when they're flying and they explode, they stop flying. It's like a static explosion.
They slow down.
It's like it's flying and it explodes, and then the explosion.
They slowed down.
Pieces of nothing that don't have any momentum outside of the explosion.
The shrapnel.
It's a static explosion.
The shrapnel doesn't go forward. Yeah. The plane slowed down, and I remember that specifically and thinking that's not real. No, I know what you're talking about. But they do that so that you get because the effects weren't all that great, and they couldn't do fast stuff that you could still see. And B, you know what? If you could see these planes just getting demolished midair, it made you feel like, okay, that was a person. That was one of Will Smith's friends. That was a person in there. We just lost another. What were they called? The Black Knights.
The Black Knights.
That's what they're called. The Black Knights.
Knights shall emerge victorious.
Right. And the Black Knights.
There's nothing. There isn't even a line from this movie that I really remember.
Dude, when I would watch that at fucking 14 and onward.
I mean the new one. There isn't a line that I remember from the movie.
See, when I watched the original, when they were going on and on, it was him and what was it?
Jeff Goldblum.
No. Will Smith and his buddy, Harry Connick Jr. Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
Fucking great casting. Awesome, because he was great in that. But it was like the Black Knights shall emerge. They got me all pumped up. I was like, one of these days I'm going to be a Marine fighter pilot. I have to be a Marine fighter pilot. This is the coolest job in the world. Oh my god, I can't wait to go shoot at aliens in an F-18. Mm-hmm. And by the end of by like halfway through the movie, I was like, I'm in the Black Knight squad. Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Go Black Knight. I was all into it.
There's so much missing from this movie, and it's because it had 5 writers.
Yeah, but you know what? I think this is one of those. I still haven't seen it, but my impressions from what I'm getting from all the bad reviews is this is one of those movies that worked great in '96. This particular movie just does not work in 2016 anymore. We've seen too much.
No, the movie would have worked.
No, I think we've seen too much, and it's been too long.
No, the movie.
This is a franchise that waited 20 years. You can't do that.
No, the movie would have worked if it was actually a good movie. That's the problem.
I'm positive that has something to do with it. I'll agree with you. Yeah. I'm saying that when you wait for something that good in '96, and it was. Yeah. When you wait 20 goddamn years, I'm sorry. That's one of those 20th Century Fox just needs more money.
Yeah, let's get off.
Because Dean Devlin didn't say, "Well, we need to do another one desperately." It would have happened a couple of years later. Instead, he was like, "Let's do Stargate. Let's do this."
No, Stargate was before this.
All right, fine. He did Stargate, then he hit really big with Independence Day. Yeah. Stargate proved he knew how to make a good movie. Yeah. Independence Day proved he can do it and make a shit ton of money in the process. But what else did he do?
What was it they did? The two of them.
He's done other stuff. I know. And he's
the two of them did.
He's still working.
They did Stargate, Independence Day.
There's another
Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow. Now
they did God. No. They did Stargate, Independence Day. Yeah. Day after, Godzilla.
You know what? I got a bone to pick with everybody who shits on that movie. That was not as bad of a movie as everybody said. I just think that movie only suffered from Matthew Broderick being the lead.
Well, and they fucked up Godzilla.
No. This was American Godzilla, and everybody knew this wasn't going to be Japanese Godzilla. We all knew it.
You know, Toho disowned that Godzilla. Mm-hmm. It's officially called Zilla, and it's not a Godzilla.
I know. Hey, you know what? Never.
Okay, never. Fantasy Wars, they destroyed it like that.
Okay. Never Say Never Again. It's a movie starring Sean Connery. You ever hear of it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was in the early '80s. He did a movie called Never Say Never Again. Yeah, it is a shot-by-shot redo of the movie Thunderball from James Bond. It was a James Bond movie, and the James Bond people at United Artists refused to acknowledge it.
Yeah,
it is not a James Bond movie. It doesn't exist. Yeah,
because Roger Moore was doing them, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was still working.
They brought back Sean Connery.
Another studio said, "What if we just dug Sean Connery up and we just did Thunderball again?" People love Thunderball.
Yeah,
and you know what? It made its money back.
Yeah,
and it's always known as this oddball James Bond movie. And you know what? As someone who loved Thunderball, I love that movie. It's funny because I like seeing Sean Connery. That's why I love that movie. But you know what? A lot of the James Bond people fucking hate that movie.
Yeah, not for the movie, though.
It's more Sean Connery as being James Bond.
Yeah.
Take that for what it is. That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Even if he's old, they make a bunch of old jokes. And you know what? I enjoy it. Same thing with Godzilla. It's not the Japanese Godzilla movies. I'll happily give you that. It's not that. We're not going to see Mothra. We're not going to see Rodan. We're not going to see any of the crowd favorites from the Japanese movies. Yes, but you know what? It's a good movie if you just break it down for what it is. It's a Dean Devlin movie. The effects are actually pretty good.
The
effects are pretty good because these are all the same guys who did Stargate, all the same guys who did Independence Day, all the same guys, and they had a good cast.
Yeah,
the problem with the cast is they just shouldn't. Although Matthew Broderick is a great actor, this wasn't the right movie for him. Everybody else was great, and I even dig the stupid romantic subplot. It was an entertaining movie. Again, it's not a movie I would see in the theaters again, ever. It's a movie I would happily watch on a boring Saturday afternoon.
Okay, this is how disowned it is. I think you can find it on YouTube for free.
I believe you. I
downloaded it from YouTube.
I'm sorry, other YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. I'm sorry, YouTube people. I'm sure do a search. Another window. Keep us rolling.
Yeah.
You'll probably find. Was it 98?
Godzilla 98.
98.
I think it's even called Godzilla 98.
Probably. Yeah. You'll find it up there. But I'm telling you. Look at the cast. Hank Azaria is in the movie.
I'm gonna have to disagree. It's a Godzilla movie. It's a horrible reinterpretation.
No, forget it.
Didn't like the movie.
Forget it. Forget that it's a Godzilla movie.
Oh, as a movie, it's a
fun Saturday afternoon movie. I'm telling you, that's all it is. This is not a Friday night movie.
No,
it wasn't when it came out, and it definitely isn't now.
It's a put it on while you're doing something.
Yes, but it's great for that.
Yeah,
the jokes are actually pretty. It's 98, circa 98. Okay, so kids, remember 98. But the jokes are actually really good for 98.
Before PC took
the effects are really good for 98. I mean, actually, for today, the effects are really good. You got Apache helicopters shooting missiles and machine guns at Godzilla in Midtown Manhattan. I mean, I'm sorry. Just that alone, I'm into it. And then you see baby Godzillas hatching in Madison Square. Maybe this is me growing up on the East Coast, Connecticut, New York.
Yeah, it has an emotional place for you.
Because listen, you blow up New York, I'm gonna watch that movie. I'm sorry, I get sucked into that. I know. I'm biased. I'm biased from my New York upbringings. Yeah, I get that.
I think about the movie.
But you know what? I'm telling you.
I don't know who you could have cast in Matthew Broderick's role to make it any better. That's the problem.
Matthew McConaughey.
No.
I'm kidding.
God, no.
I'm kidding. No, I don't know who would recast, and I wouldn't try to rewrite that movie. I think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good Friday night or even a Saturday night movie. That is a good Saturday afternoon movie, as you put it. While you're doing something else, put it on, and then every now and again look over and see Godzilla destroying a building and seeing helicopters shoot at him with missiles. With real effects, the effects are so much better than the Japanese one. Just take it for what it is. The stories were always better in the Japanese movies.
Yeah.
But it was nice to see Godzilla with real effects for once. That's why it was so good. It was nice to see a big budget Godzilla movie for once. All the other ones came from the 60s and the 70s. And the effects were awful. The stories were way better, but the effects were awful. It was nice to see a big budget Godzilla movie with like big effects.
Well, did you see Godzilla 2000?
Yeah.
That was that. A big budget Godzilla movie with great effects.
Yeah, but you know what?
That was way better than
I know.
That one.
I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying I don't think the one in '98 was as bad as everybody says.
Nothing's as bad as everybody says.
Don't forget, we're only 4 short years away after Jurassic Park. So having like baby Godzillas the size of raptors running around terrorizing people, I'm sorry, that's not a bad idea. 4 years after at Jurassic Park with raptors being the scariest thing.
Which was the only reason they did that.
Come on. I mean,
yeah.
Listen, just think of it as more raptors. Again, take it for what it is, and for what it is, it's good. Just don't make it out to be something that it isn't. It's not one of the original Godzilla movies.
It's not a Godzilla.
It's not, and I'll never.
That's all it is.
Listen, I watched all the originals.
Yeah.
I loved when he fought Mothra, and guess what?
Mechagodzilla.
Yes, yes. And I'm saying it's and it's not those movies. I understand that. I'm just saying, take it for what it is, and if you just take it for what it is, it's pretty good. If you match up a fucking Big Mac at McDonald's compared to the best sirloin steak or filet mignon come out of one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. I'm sorry, you're gonna think the Big Mac is shit. Anybody with taste buds is gonna say that. And if they don't, they haven't had a real fucking steak at Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. For instance.
Give us money, Gordon Ramsay.
Right, but just take it for what it is. This is the fast food Godzilla. This is a Big Mac fucking Godzilla with a budget.
Yeah.
This is with the effects. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted at the time. And you know what? I was super amped up by who was directing. Even back then. I was 16 years old, and I was like, I know who's making this. It's the same guy who did Independence Day. It's the same guy who did Stargate.
Yeah.
I gotta see it in the theater. I saw it in the theater. I was like, well, it's not anywhere near as good as the original Godzillas, but whatever. I like the effects, and I like seeing New York get destroyed. I do.
Yeah.
And so does Dean Devlin, because he destroyed New York in Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
In Independence Day. In Godzilla.
Not Stargate, though.
Well, you can't do it in Stargate.
Because it's on another planet.
Because it's on another planet. Yeah. But I'm sure if you could somehow figure out how to do that, he would have. He likes destroying. But you know what? That was the thing to do in the 90s. You destroyed New York. Or L.A.
Yeah.
Or L.A. Like Volcano. Yeah, I know.
No, we're not doing shitty movies.
The lava movies. Remember the lava movies? You don't remember the lava movies? There was 2 of them.
I do.
There was Volcano with Anne Heche and Tommy Lee Jones.
And there was Dante's Peak.
And then Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan with James Bond himself at the time, because he was James Bond at the time.
Oh,
remember the lava movies?
Okay, wait.
They thought this was going to stay on target.
Stay on target.
Okay, stay on target.
Stay on target.
All right, what are we talking about?
We both recently watched the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman.
We're gonna blaze right past Independence Day Resurgence. Okay.
Yeah, we're skipping that because I need to see it again to do the recount for somebody who hasn't seen it.
All right, I haven't seen it. I would like to do the recount for me. And I would like to hear your summation.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So we'll do that another time. Yeah. You need to see it again.
We'll do that on the next one. Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll go see it tomorrow.
It's inexplicably still in theaters, so we'll do that. We'll do that one again. Okay. So we just watched. I brought this to your attention. Thankfully, you saw it too.
Yeah, I saw it too.
Batman v Superman. Yes, this is going to sound like a rerun. It's not. I know we did this like 4 or 5 or 6 podcasts ago.
Yeah. But now it's a new version of the movie.
But Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition was available, and all of a sudden there was a version of it that we didn't see in the theaters.
Yeah.
Now, there is the version that the regular edition is the version in the theaters that they cut shit out of.
Yeah, that they cut to get more runs, to more playtime.
Right. That's what they did. So the regular version.
Would it be okay if I grabbed one of these chairs?
Oh, go right ahead.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So the regular edition, if you download the regular edition, it's the version you see in the theaters with more shit cut out of it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. If you're gonna do it and you're gonna get the copy of it, I gotta say, I'm gonna look for a guy over here if he's nodding. Get the Ultimate Edition for sure.
Yeah.
Don't bother. Okay, good.
Don't bother.
I want to make sure.
Don't bother, because you'll wind up buying 2 of the same movie, and as far as
the regular edition that's available for sale is a chopped version of the theatrical, and we saw the theatrical a couple times.
So there's 3 versions?
Yeah.
Why?
Because when they bring a version to video, remember when they say direct right to video? Okay, so when they bring a version to Netflix or Blu-ray nowadays, although Blu-ray is going away pretty soon, start selling your Blu-ray players on eBay, kids. Those are going away pretty soon.
Yeah, it's all streaming and
exactly,
owning,
it's all going streaming. But when you buy a version of it now that you can watch in your home, a regular version of it is cut version of the theatrical release. That's been that way for a lot of movies. Most movies, in fact. They do cuts. They send it through another round of editing, and then they give you the theatrical. That's not weird. That's the norm. Unfortunately, that's how Hollywood works.
Yeah, get the Ultimate
Edition.
Edition.
The Ultimate Edition.
Don't wind up buying 3 versions of the same
Right, but
movie.
I found out that the Ultimate Edition is code. It's code. Yeah, I looked up online. It's not. It's an Ultimate Edition. Just sounds. It's a tagline, but the Ultimate Edition is a code name for Director's Cut.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
This is Zack Snyder's version. Okay, so this is the version that everybody who complained about the theatrical release. This is the version that Zack Snyder went back to Warner's and said, release my version as a variation, as the Ultimate Edition, and you'll sell more, and people will be happier because you guys cut too much when we went to theaters.
Yeah, they cut out. I'm not going to say a lot because it's only half an hour longer, but it does add a lot more.
It does. Now, me, all of a sudden, I watched it today. You watched it today, too?
No, I watched it 2 or 3 days ago.
2 or 3 days ago, okay.
Yeah.
I just came off of it today. And then I had to watch Civil War again to cleanse my palate, like ginger after sushi.
Yeah.
I had to cleanse the palate. But that tells you right there, it still doesn't make it a fantastic movie, the best superhero movie ever. No, it doesn't.
No.
But it definitely makes this movie better. Now, I'll say it makes it a pretty decent amount better. I don't know about you guys. You seem to be like, oh, they threw extra shit in there for the sake of it.
Not even that. More stuff is fleshed out, and a lot more stuff makes a little bit more sense.
Yes.
You get to see Clark Kent actually reporting.
You get to see Clark Kent reporting. You get to see Jenna fucking Malone or Gina Malone
blowing the whole Superman thing out of the water, and you get to see why they blamed it. Well, yeah, the bullet thing.
The bullet thing always confused me because Lois was on this thing about the bullets, and then all of a sudden, cut to we don't give a shit about the bullets anymore.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, we start seeing the scene that was cut from the theatrical release. We didn't see this in the theaters. She goes and she talks to a specialist, played by Jenna Malone, who's a great actress.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you want to go through the whole?
Well,
as best we remember. Okay, so
why not? Right off the bat, I was like, wait, I don't remember this. This is great. And then it actually they zoom in, they show you why the bullets mean something.
Yeah.
Whereas before they just skipped right past it.
They skipped past it. It was like, oh, this death squad. But then they also show you why Superman could be blamed for it.
Yes.
And why he was blamed for it. And that makes sense.
That made everything make more sense.
Yeah, that made everything make more sense.
Well, now it made more sense why people were angry at Superman.
Yeah.
Because in the theatrical release, I didn't quite understand why so many people were
in the theatrical release, you have the opening, and then you have the woman testifying that Superman did all this shit.
Yeah,
and then in this, you see what they did to make it look like Superman did all this shit.
Right!
Yeah.
And I don't know if they were reshoots. I don't think they were. I think this is shit that was just cut.
Yeah, they cut for time because they...
I know they did do reshoots after Deadpool came out.
They had a shitty editor, unfortunately.
Well, yeah. But that was a studio editor. Because as far as Zack Snyder is concerned, this is his version of it.
Yeah.
And you know what? If this is his version of it, it is way better than what Warner Brothers let happen in the theater.
Yeah.
I'll say way better because all of a sudden, all these little plot points
that didn't make sense.
Now make a lot more sense to me, and now it doesn't seem. Now I don't blow past these things wondering about something like the bullet thing. The bullet thing always threw me. I never got that. Why the fuck are you worried about the bullets? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a shit about the
bullets?
You're
a reporter. All you have to do is tell your boss, fucking Perry White, that Superman showed up and did all this, and that Jimmy Olsen was secretly in the CIA.
No, which I didn't like that. I still disagree with that because now he's just dead.
I didn't like that either.
Now he's just dead. Superman's best buddy is just dead.
I know, but now his best buddies are supposed to be the fucking super friends.
You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I know, but you know where they're building to.
His little.
Oh, the wristwatch.
Little Superman watch. Superman, I'm a fucking idiot. Save me.
They don't need that. I mean, Lois Lane cried, or no, she gargled when she was going underneath the water looking for the spear.
Yeah.
And he had to stop a fight.
He heard her heartbeat.
He had to stop a fight with fucking Doomsday and let Batman fend for himself with Wonder Woman just to go save her ass. But in the end, it was because of the spear. Outside of that, it was like, you know what? Let her die and save the world from Doomsday. Yeah. But okay, you had to get the spear. Okay,
yeah.
But you can hear that in the 6 podcasts ago. That was weird. But anyway, they filled in a lot of little plot points. There was a lot of little extra scenes. It totaled to about 30 minutes, and I liked the extra scenes. I liked the Jen Malone scene. That made sense. I liked it. And just because the movie was a half hour longer didn't make it less enjoyable. And that's what Warner Brothers said. They said if it was going to be too long,
we got to cut it.
People would say this is too much and get bored with it.
Yeah, they cut it so they could play it more times in a day. Yeah, and they shot themselves in the foot.
Exactly, because that extra half hour that it took out, they took out really important shit.
Yeah.
They didn't take out anything having to do with building to all the Justice League movies. They didn't take that out because they know they can't.
Yeah,
but they cut out other stuff that was like important to that particular movie.
Yeah, and they cut out one of the things that a lot of people have problems with. When we're best friends now, they cut out the slight little flashback that Bruce Wayne had during that moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like...
They cut that out.
For me, I was like, why am I watching this again? Oh, that's right, because I understand what's going on.
Right.
But he wanted to make sure you understood what's going on, so this is great to have this in here. Yeah,
listen,
that's great.
Whether it was an afterthought when they did the release online, or because that was his original vision, either way... That was Snyder doing story structure properly.
Yeah.
And you know what? He knew it was going to be either after the fact or during when he was shooting it originally. He knew if you go that long and then all of a sudden throw this little Martha thing in.
The people who have forgotten the beginning.
Yeah, you know you have to do a flashback, otherwise people aren't going to get it. And guess what? They didn't do that in the theatrical release, and everybody was like, Martha? Why the fuck do we care about Martha?
That's what I was talking about when I understood what was going on in our original podcast.
I got it. But it was
over people. It was like, wow, what's the matter?
Yeah, but it looked like shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You do the little flashback, you know what? I still get it, but you know what? I like seeing it, and that's the whole point. I want to see what the story is on the screen. That's the whole point. Yeah. That was Zach doing fucking story structure properly. So I'm a big fan of the Ultimate Edition. I'm a pretty good fan. I'm trying to be a loyal fan to the theatrical release, and I'm not even going to bother with the regular video release, because the regular video release is the theatrical one chopped even more. I'm not even going to bother with that. If you buy it, buy the Ultimate Edition and just watch that one. All the good stuff is still in there, and it's bloodier.
Yeah, it's R.
Yeah,
it's R.
Yeah, it's R because
they left in blood.
There's one F-bomb. I watched it. There's one F-bomb, and it's that guy who got his legs cut off during the first attack. From when they call back to Metropolis when Superman's fighting Zod. The guy gets his legs cut off. When they bring him back in and Lex Luthor's like, you got to come in and be my suicide bomber, he says the word fuck once.
Oh yeah, and they explain how Superman.
Yeah, but that's it. That's it.
Well, no, they also like in the there's all these little things that were big problems with the theatrical release. That are explained, like all the little tiny stupid things, like problems, like even Superman questioning himself. He's like, I don't know if I didn't see it, and then Jenna Malone's like, it was lead lined. So he couldn't see.
That was a good one.
Even if he looked, he wouldn't have seen it.
That was really. I just watched it then. I did forget about that, but yes, it was. And you see Lois Lane go, oh my god, that's why he didn't see it.
Yeah, that's why he couldn't.
And you know what? That explains it to us, the audience, and we need to know that shit because I was wondering how the fuck did he not know that the dude in the fucking Capitol building didn't have a bomb in his wheelchair? He can see through shit.
Because he looked over at him.
Now, it doesn't explain why when Batman throws a smoke grenade on a rooftop of a building, Superman still can't see through it. Because he doesn't. Doesn't explain that. Yeah, I remember that. And that's in every version. But, yes, that happens. It's before he hits him for the second time.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Yeah, I
smoke
remember that.
bomb. He throws a regular smoke bomb because Batman's full of smoke bombs. He throws a regular one, and Superman rushes in to go hit him, and he's not there. I'm like, wait a minute. The Man of Steel who can see through everything but lead for some reason, he has X-ray vision, can't see through smoke.
Well, okay.
But you know what? That's for 6 podcasts ago.
Okay, here's
I just didn't bring that up 6 podcasts. I remember I didn't bring it up.
Here's the simple explanation for that.
All right.
All of his powers aren't on all the time.
Okay. Well then, why would you need the lead line thing? You know, but you know,
and seeing Batman.
You know what? Forget I said that lead line thing. Okay, yeah. I'm glad they have the lead line thing. That's important.
And seeing Batman in a huge clunky suit, he would instead of turning on his infrared vision, he would use his speed to go to where he thought he was at, underestimating the suit.
I'll say that part of that suit is made of lead. How about that? That works. That works for me. Now, it's not explained on the screen.
Or there's lead in the smoke. That's a possibility too.
Oh,
yeah. Because it's a grenade.
Yeah,
there's
and you know what? If Lex Luthor knows about this, then it's reasonable that Bruce Wayne knows.
Or could assume, or it's just a.
All right. I'll make an assumption there that the
we're not going to bother to look up if the smoke grenades have lead.
No, I'm going to make an assumption that
it's a movie.
No, that's a good explanation. Let's say that the smoke also contains lead and you can't see it.
Yeah.
You know what? That satisfies me. I didn't see it on the screen, but you know what?
Or he was just trying to rush in the middle of the fight.
I'll take that because it's a tiny thing. It was a tiny thing that kind of irked me. Seeing it again for like the umpteenth time today, but you know what? I'll take that. I'll happily take it. But you know what?
Was his X-ray vision on?
Yeah,
or was he just in the middle of a fight?
I thought it's always
going from there.
He's Superman.
We don't know, but he learned how to control his senses and filter stuff in and out.
All right,
like when he was a kid.
Okay. All right. Well, regardless of the fact, I still really enjoyed the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, it was great.
I thought it was way better than the theatrical release. I'll tell you this: if they showed the Ultimate Edition in theaters and did a re-release of it in theaters, I'd go and I'd see the Ultimate Edition in theaters. Well, I'd pay money.
They are. I don't know if we missed it though.
No shit.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here. Really?
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
It's going to be in theaters.
Really? They're gonna put the Ultimate Edition in theaters?
Yeah, for one night.
Oh, for fuck's sake, we gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go.
If we haven't already missed it.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just like they're gonna do the Killing Joke animated movie. They're gonna put that in theaters.
Oh no, we're definitely seeing that.
Yeah.
I'm fucking super psyched for that. I can't wait. That's my favorite fucking book of all time.
Yeah.
But I think that's a lot of people's favorite book.
Yeah, well, it's a good story, and it has.
It's the best one.
It has one of the best jokes of all time.
No, it's got some of the best art. It's got the best story. But you know what? We're staying on target. Maybe. You know what? We're still talking about sci-fi and comic books.
Yeah.
So this counts. All right. Yeah. No. Killing Joke. Can't wait. It's animated. So right off the bat,
it's animated and it's R.
But right off the bat, not my favorite genre, animated stuff.
But it's doing its best to bring that comic
or a children's thing or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm really into it. If it's animated, this is me personally. And I'm wearing a Fat Man on Batman t-shirt right now. Shout out to Kevin Smith. So I will happily watch it. It's just that I would love to have seen the Killing Joke live action. We're just never going to see that. That's just never going to
happen. We might in our old age when stuff cycles back around.
Oh, good point. Because Killing Joke was 88.
And we might see it in CGI.
No, Killing Joke, that book is 88. So that's new enough.
Yeah.
So the fact that when, 10 years from now, it will be considered old and they'll want to revisit it. I'll tell you this.
Well, I'm saying 20 years.
No, I'll tell you this. If enough of us go and see the Killing Joke the animated one,
in
which
theaters,
I know that everybody's girlfriend is like, listen, I went to the live-action superhero movie because I go to my boyfriend.
Yeah.
It's all the live-action superhero movies, but I'm not going to go see an animated superhero movie with them. Listen, I feel your pain, ladies.
Which is the best way to see superhero
But I'm going to
movies.
tell you, let your nerd man see The Killing Joke. And if you're really awesome, see it with him.
Yeah.
Because this is the best fucking version of it. It's gonna be. It's gotta be. It's my favorite book. It really is.
Okay. And on the other side of it, DC's animated movies are on par with Marvel's live-action movies.
With what, sales?
No. With like digging in. Well, actually, not the last 3 or 4, but the earlier ones were really good.
Okay, as soon as you go DC versus Marvel, first off, we start a holy war right there. Now, I personally edge out DC a little bit more.
The animated movies?
No, just the stories.
Okay.
The stories. Whether they're in the books, or they're animated, or they're live action. I stretch out the DC ones a little bit more and say, you know what, I think they're a little bit better. That's just me, though. I see the Marvel ones as a little bit too cookie cutter. As compared to DC. Well, that's not to say I don't love them all. I love them all dearly. I just love seeing Batman more than I love seeing Iron Man.
I've said this before. For me, the difference between DC and Marvel stories is Marvel stories are human beings with all their frailties and flaws with the powers of gods and dealing with that.
Okay.
Okay, and DC movies
DC's are dark.
Well, no, and DC's are gods.
Well, if we look at these
who live among humans and dealing with that.
Bruce Wayne is not a god. He just has god problems.
That's what I mean. He's like a god. Superman is.
No, he is God.
Superman literally
is God problems.
Yeah.
Just we see them in the form of a human being. He has to protect the whole city. He has to do this. Yeah, but you know what? He has human problems too.
Superman is a god. Superman is a god.
In the context of how human beings see him, but Superman is a Kryptonian person.
Yeah.
Superman's a person. He's just not human.
Yeah, but there's nothing.
You know what? That's not true.
He's not human.
No, that's not true. That's in one of the books a long time ago. Mm-hmm. That's in the original black and white series TV show. He's human. He's just not from Earth. No, everybody knows this. This is the oldest thing. This is the oldest bullshit lie in the whole canon. This is where Marvel. This is where all the Marvel people jump on. And you know what? I love you too, Marvel people, but you fucking just jump all over Superman when DC fans bring him up about how he's not human. He's the species is human because on Krypton they do not possess these powers. It's the Earth's yellow sun that gives them these powers. Yeah. On near the red sun of Krypton, they do not have these powers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it current. Man of Steel. Which I really enjoyed Man of Steel. I really fucking liked Man of Steel a lot. I liked it. Now I'll always think of Christopher Reeve when I think of Superman because that was my Superman. It was your Superman too.
And I always think of Richard Pryor too.
Yeah, well,
that's just me though.
But that's because Richard Pryor's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that was a good movie. I'm saying Richard Pryor was awesome, and I don't mind watching him. That was a really good Richard Pryor movie, not a great Superman movie.
Yeah, actually,
But regardless, it doesn't matter because Superman has always been a man, a human. Yeah. He's just from Krypton, and he grew up under the red sun of Krypton, just like every other Kryptonian. So when they get to Earth's yellow sun, it gives them all these supernatural powers. And you know what? Marvel people, the super duper Marvel, I hate DC, Marvel, those people, when they pile on all the DC superheroes, like Superman, especially their prince, their crown boy, they always jump at Superman first. They always pile on there like he's not human and he's a piece of shit for whatever reason. Listen, he's a human. He's got human problems because as soon as you fucking put him on Krypton or you put him in Kandor,
or put him under a red sun, even.
Hey, listen, my favorite, my favorite Batman book. It's fucking Killing Joke. I killed it for all the other ones. I love that book.
Yeah.
For Superman, my favorite story arc, that's over a couple books, is the Bottle City of fucking Kandor.
When he's just another Kryptonian.
And I fucking hope to hell they bring the Bottle City Kandor. I would love to see that. When he shrinks down, he goes in the bottle, and guess what? He's fucking normal. He's a human being. That's the species.
I don't think they'll do that.
He's an alien to Earth, but he's not an alien to Krypton.
Yeah,
he's a human being.
Regardless. They might do that if they bring in Brainiac, but they could, but
what's wrong with bringing in Brainiac? Brainiac's an awesome villain.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, but they referenced that Zod was from Kandor.
Yes, and
they could go back. They could come back to that, or that was
they
just
said
a nod,
that in Batman v Superman.
Yeah,
when they shove him in the wading pool.
Yeah, General Zod of Kandor from Kandor.
When they put him in the Kryptonian sauna, they put him in that pool of goo. Yeah. The robots come out. They're like identifying Michael Shannon, aka General Zod of Kandor.
Yeah.
As soon as they say Kandor, I mean, why the fuck would they mention Kandor?
Fan service and to set it up for later.
And
those are the two things. Okay, I hope that it's set up for later.
Yeah, because I really loved it. This is my favorite story arc. Is the Battle City of Kandor. It's my favorite. I would love to see that shit live action.
I'm empty. Do you want another one? Or?
I do, yeah.
Oh, Donald.
Oh, our friendly bartender is making his rounds. All right.
Cool.
That'll work.
And I gotta say, the gin and ginger is way better than gin and tonic.
Hey, I'm enjoying my St. George's ginger. I'm loving it, but I love ginger ale. And
yeah, I'm going with the St. George's now. Start with the few, and sometimes I come back to it.
Rough, yeah.
Could I get a St. George's and ginger ale?
Another St. George's.
Two St. George's, no few. St. George all around.
You got
please.
it, brother.
You got it, boys.
And he makes them so good. Donald's awesome.
Yes.
But anyway,
all of our bowls, all our
I'm super hopeful that they bring up Bottle City Kandor in somewhere down the line.
Because they totally could. They need to bring in Brainiac.
Yeah,
and they need to. Superhero movies need to embrace superhero comics.
Here's the thing: they got rid of. I think they got rid of Doomsday right off the bat because they just want to shove him in there. I think it kind of worked in the story, but it also kind of didn't. I didn't like the fact that they melded Zod with Doomsday to make. I wasn't thrilled with it, but I'll take it. Zach, I'll take it. It's okay. I'm a DC fan. I will suck it up and I will take it.
Well, I'll say it's okay, but then at the same time,
it doesn't give him a Thanos. Okay. See, Marvel's got their dark side. Yeah, but Marvel's got their Thanos. The Avengers have to take on Thanos. We all know this.
Yeah.
That's coming. Because here we are, and it's July 1, 2016.
Yeah.
We have not seen the Infinity Wars yet.
No.
Okay, so if you're watching this late or listening to this way later, we have not seen that yet. So
thank you.
Exactly. But we know that Infinity Wars are coming.
Yeah.
And we know it's going to be Thanos. It's going to be Josh Brolin who's doing the voice, and an awesome actor.
Yeah.
Great casting again by Marvel. Great job. The problem is that DC blew their load pretty quick with Doomsday. Because we all know the guy who killed Superman is Doomsday. That's not new. I remember that summer.
Yeah, and they killed
Superman was dead. Everybody was buying those T-shirts with the bleeding Superman logo. I remember it was awful. It was like a family member died around Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah, and I remember walking.
I went to a fucking Star Trek convention with my old man. My dad's a big Trekkie. Took me to Star Trek Con. Half the guys there that summer
wearing the red shirt.
They're rocking the fucking bleeding Superman logo.
I remember how the comic book came. It came in a black sleeve with the red Superman symbol with like a tattered cape. And it was like, fuck.
I saw the covers. I hadn't read the book yet, and I was like, I'm hearing rumors Superman's dead. It took me like another week or two to go and get the book and read it.
I gotta read it.
Holy shit, Superman died. Yeah. But that was Doomsday, and I was like, oh my god, he can die. Oh my god, it's possible. You know, they did it,
and then they brought him right back. Yeah.
Well, because it's comic book fucking lore. You got it. Nobody really dies. No.
See, I do look forward to the time when comic book characters die, and they're dead. Like they turn into legacy. Like they turn into legacy characters. Like some of them have, but not the big ones.
I'll give you that. But you know what? If you're DC, you can't kill off Superman entirely.
Yeah. And you can't kill off Batman.
No, what
either,
you can do is release a whole story arc in which he dies and scare the fuck out of the fans.
And it turns out his physiology.
Metro Comic people, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, scare the fuck out of the fans. The local comic store, gotta plug them. Metro Comics, Santa Barbara.
Oh yeah, it was great seeing it with them. And you need to come to one of those because this is my second one with those. It's so much fun.
No, fucking
it's so much fun. Yeah.
I'm there with bells on. I'm about just hit me up.
I think the next one is Ghostbusters.
Fuck it, I'll see it. I'm gonna see. Okay,
and like you said.
No, if we're gonna do that,
yeah.
Okay, what did I say?
The movie would have been enjoyable with going and seeing it with them, and it was. I don't even remember what it was.
We didn't see Ghostbusters. It's July 1, 2016. We have not seen the Kristen Wiig Ghostbusters.
The last one I went and saw
with
them.
One?
I think it was Ninja Turtles.
You saw Ninja Turtles with them, but
I think
we saw Civil War.
Yeah, we saw Civil War.
Weren't they there?
Yeah, we were with them.
Yeah,
okay. There, yeah.
Yeah, well,
we got split up. We didn't do the dinner beforehand.
That's why.
Yeah.
Well, regardless, we got to hang out with those guys.
Yeah,
we got to hang. We'll invite them to the podcast.
I might be taking over the promoting for that too.
Hey, good, good. You hear that, kids? We got the promoter for Metro Comics get-togethers. Some guy in John.
Yeah, I might.
And it happens to be some guy.
I might start doing that. Yeah.
Hey, good for you, man. Do it. Right on. Dude, it is the time of nerds. It is the time of superheroes and comic movies.
Yeah, it's
a great time.
It's a time of freedom of expression.
Oh, there they are.
Thank you.
St. George's and Ginger.
Drink up, Prince.
Yeah, thanks, Donald.
What movie are we talking about today?
What do we do? We're on right now the newest, Batman and Superman, but the Ultimate Edition, the one that
the director's cut.
So much better.
All the holes?
Fixes almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
I think almost all of them. There's a few I can pick out, but almost all of them.
A couple glory holes left, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? It makes it a good movie now.
Yeah, it makes it a better movie.
A way better movie.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, Ultimate Edition. Don't get the other one. Ultimate Edition. There you go. Got to pass off this information to our friendly bartender.
Definitely.
Hey, he takes care of us.
Yeah. Oh, big
we're
time.
taking care of you guys, but if you're listening to this, you must like this shit. So we're taking care of you guys by
as
jabbering
always,
on.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers! Of course.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And thank you for listening.
Mm-hmm. Without our loyal fan base. Oh God, you guys are great.
We'd have to focus on our real jobs.
Hey, we don't advertise in this shit. There's no ads. We're not making a dime. We're doing it just for the love of this. Mm-hmm. That is pretty obvious. And my inspiration for doing all this, if I can just do a real quick recap, was and what I'm wearing right now is a Fat Man on Batman t-shirt my girlfriend got me for fucking Valentine's Day. What a great girlfriend. Who sees all of these movies with me. It was awesome. Rachel. She's being awesome. She's putting up with me. She's being great. But a lot of it comes from Kevin Smith. And you know what? He, on Fat Man and Batman, I don't remember ever seeing ads like popping up and annoying you. He plugs his
stuff.
ads.
He plugs his
but you
sponsors,
know what?
but not
He
ads,
knows, just like Mark Brandon. I'll always screw up that guy's last name, Brandon. It's hard to say, especially like two gin and gingers later. Him and Mark, let's just say Kevin and Mark, they will plug their sponsors, but guess what? You can speed right past them. They know that. You know that.
Yeah.
They got to do it because they got to pay the bills. You know what? They bring you great shit. Yeah. We just want to fucking tag along and bring you awesome great shit. Yeah. Because why not? This is a great time. If you're into this shit like we are...
Yeah, this
is a great time to be alive.
The reason the podcast started is because John and I always wind up talking about movies.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So much so that we went to a New Year's Eve party.
Oh, yeah.
And sat out on the patio blowing up balloons, talking about movies.
Yeah, we were blowing balloons for the party. I think the party was practically over by the time we were done blowing up balloons.
Yeah. Then we went inside and we sat next to each other, and inside of the conversation that was going on, we still kept talking about movies, so we said, why don't we just record this?
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah. Well, also, it was thrown by a teacher of film studies at the Santa Barbara City College. We both live in Santa Barbara. Big secret, right?
Yeah.
Santa Barbara City College, one of the teachers of film studies was throwing the party that my girlfriend knows. So we were at his party.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? He doesn't mind talking about movies either.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
I'd bring him in here, but he'd want to talk about other things besides sci-fi stuff.
No.
This is mostly sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi superhero, which is it's science superheroes or science fiction.
Yeah, like we're not doing the new Bridget Jones movie.
Oh God, no. We're not doing the latest.
I'm gonna tell you though, I see fucking everything though. I have a girlfriend. I see every fucking movie. I see Pixar movies I like. I see rom-coms I like. I see every movie. However, when it comes to podcasting, comic books, sci-fi, oh yeah. Adventure movies, shit like that. Yeah, true love. Yeah, hard to break away. If Spielberg makes it, I'm on board. If it's a comic book, I'm on board. Sci-fi, I'm on board.
They're the best kind of movies because they're the new beautiful mythology that anybody can jump in at ground zero on, and anybody can write.
Absolutely.
Anybody can write a sci-fi movie.
Absolutely.
And anybody can. Here's the fun trick about it.
Oh, by the way,
Lucas
kids on YouTube, start writing sci-fi scripts. Start writing comic book scripts.
Yeah.
After meeting a handful of people, we live in Santa Barbara. We're an hour away from LA.
Yeah.
And we've shot shit for stand-up comedy and stuff before.
Yeah, it's easy.
After meeting a few people in the industry, write those fucking scripts. Do not get dismayed. Write. Or get out there with a camera, doesn't matter what the fuck it is, and shoot something, do it. Sci-fi and comic book stuff right now is safe. You could make anything you want in sci-fi, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and
look at most of our podcasts. All the movies we're talking about have all made their money back to the studios.
Yeah.
And we all know that's all the studios give a shit about. If you make their money back, they will greenlight your next project. They're all about money, but guess what? All that money comes from people like you and Guy and us, me, everybody.
Yeah, and John is like, hey, I got an idea. I got an idea for a science fiction thing. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. And if you're wondering what to write, remember this: any and every story can be written with a science fiction twist.
I saw,
and you can transpose fantasy and science fiction like that.
You know, I'm gonna challenge, if we have enough YouTube fans, I'm gonna challenge you to find it, post a link to it, because I think I lost the link, which I'm really sad about. I think it's on Vimeo.com currently. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube. I'm almost positive it's on Vimeo, and you can watch it for free. Anyway, I was looking at a camera not that long ago to shoot something with. It was a Sony A7S, which is an awesome low-light camera. The best. Okay. Picks up shit better than your eyes.
No, the director's talking now, so pay close attention.
Sorry.
Get out your notebook.
No, I'll keep it easy going. And I watched this indie movie that like 20 maybe at most guys made with like no budget, it seemed like, and it was fucking awesome. And all it was, they shot with a Sony A7S, so you don't need lights. They went to the top of a mountain at night, and because the camera was so good and low light, they shot the whole little short film. It's a short film in which like two guys crash land on Earth, and they're aliens in human form, and they're like scurrying around. It was like a year ago, but I recently rewatched it. It still holds up. I can't remember the goddamn name. I saw it on Film Riot.
Okay.
Or he mentioned it. I think he mentioned it on Film Riot. Anyway, they shot the whole movie by moonlight with a Sony A7S.
Nice.
No light. Like, we're talking serious no budget. They bought a camera and a really awesome lens, and that's it. And they just followed these two actors around a mountain. These two aliens that crash land on Earth. And it was awesome. They wrote a great story, and they shot it with no budget, and it was a sci-fi movie with like no effects. And it was awesome, and I would love to see an actual big budget of that. But you know what?
You don't need it.
I don't need it because I'll see if I can dig up the link and I'll shoot it to you guys because I think you're going to post this one on YouTube.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was a stupid little short film, and these guys did a great job at it. And it's a no-budget sci-fi movie shot by Moonlight, and it's good. It's that good. It was, and I still think about it.
Which hails to the point that you just need a good story.
Mm-hmm. Well, Tangerine won last year at Sundance
on the novelty being
right
shot
on the novelty that the whole thing was shot on an iPhone. You can shoot a fucking movie that wins at Sundance with an iPhone.
Yeah.
If your story is good enough. That's the life we live right now.
Yeah.
That's how good this shit is.
That's how easy it is to just
the money I've sunk into equipment over the years is bullshit. It's worthless, and I feel terrible about it because listen, right. Especially sci-fi. Right now, sci-fi is not a thing. Right. Your fan fiction is worth gold now.
Oh,
Do not get bummed out and put off by the fact that so many people are writing. Right, and shoot on whatever you have because nowadays you can walk into a fucking Best Buy and buy a camera that's for like $500. That's 10 times better than anything they used on the original Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And with Adobe After Effects for a few $100, you can do effects 10 times better than the original Star Wars.
The moral of the story is if you're interested in it, just do it, and it might turn into something else.
Oh, I'm sure this will age terribly because years later, after this podcast, the equipment available
will be even more
amazing.
Yeah,
people will be able to do what they do in Batman v Superman, Captain America: Civil War, all the movies that just came out recently.
Yeah, they'll be able to do that when they're bored.
Yeah, exactly.
With nothing else better to
do. One of the biggest things for me is when we saw Deadpool. You and me.
Yeah, I remember.
You and me when we saw Deadpool in the theater.
You cheered.
I cheered.
Honest to God, cheered in the theater.
Yeah, give me a high five.
For the fucking software that he used. Because
Adobe.
It's the same one. Yeah.
I saw the Adobe logo.
Edited with Adobe. Fantastic. That's what I have. You have hope, so do we.
No, I will tell you why that means something to me. Because that's something any plebeian, any normal mortal like me or you can buy. Save up a few bucks, run a paper route for a few months, and dude, you can buy After Effects, you can buy Premiere, you can buy all these products. And I'm sure if you listen to this years later, are probably obsolete and there's something better out. But right now, you can buy all that software and make Deadpool. Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me when I saw Deadpool. I was like, this is a fucking great movie. But oh my god, they made it on the same software that I have.
Yeah.
All I need is an army of like 100 guys that are into this shit. Yeah. And you know what? And you can find those guys.
Yeah.
Because everybody's into this shit. Yeah. If you look hard enough, you can find these guys. So write, shoot, direct. What's the film right motto? It's write, shoot, edit, repeat.
Yeah,
that is their motto. And I'm going to tell you, a shout out to Film Riot too. Another big thing for me. Love Film Riot. Write, shoot, edit, repeat. Do it. Everything. Doesn't matter if it's on a fucking iPhone, because you can win at Sundance with an iPhone.
See, you and I need to start embracing what I was saying.
I'm sorry if I'm yelling. I'm killing the microphone here. But
it's okay.
I'm passionate about this shit. Creativity is alive now more than ever.
We need to start what I said, a movie every month or a short every month.
Yeah.
Period.
Word. Word up. I'll go street with you on that one.
I mean, the ease of creation for movies is now rivaling the ease of creation for songs, which was write the song on Friday, refine it on Saturday, shoot it on Sunday, edit it on Monday, and you're done.
Yeah.
4 days for the whole thing.
Did you ever hear and this is slightly out of our genre, but Sound City?
No.
Okay, I used to work for the people watching. I used to work at Sonos for about 2 years, and we became involved with this project down in Hollywood. And the company did, not me personally, but the company started sponsoring Sound City. And Sound City is a studio that's are a studio group that's somewhere bumfuck California, like middle of nowhere California. But it comes out to be that the greatest bands in the history of rock and roll have recorded at Sound City. And it's cool. And it's like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. They've all been to this one studio. So now, looking back on it, like people like Anthony Kiedis and Flea showed up randomly. Like Paul McCartney shows up randomly. Eric Clapton shows up randomly to record something because it's like this historic site. Anyway, they got the super group going, and they took us all down to Jimmy Kimmel to do a live show that Sonos, the company I work for, put on the street on Hollywood Boulevard, right in front of the Jimmy Kimmel show, right after the show, and it was awesome. And you know what? It's just one of those things that people come back to these tiny little gatherings.
Just do it.
And they just said, you know what? Let's just fucking do it. We'll form a super group for the night, and we'll blow up the Jimmy Kimmel show, and we'll be the awesome band in the intros. And I think it was, I can't remember exactly who it was. It was a while ago.
The moral of the short story is...
But you know what?
Especially for you kids...
It took a tiny studio.
Yeah, you have far more...
They made it on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Yeah, you have far more natural energy to do all the shit, especially because a large portion of your time is spent sitting down at a computer or staring down at your phone.
Yeah.
Put that shit down and do what you're thinking about doing.
Write it, shoot it, edit it, repeat.
Yeah, do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Listen, any filmmaker worth his salt is never gonna jump on YouTube and criticize you.
Yeah.
That's for critic haters always. YouTube is full of that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, but any filmmaker, any fellow filmmaker, and trust me, if you want to make one, they are out there in droves. Okay?
I mean, it's right now we're at the point
they
where...
will all say, dude, you know what? Even if they didn't like it, they say, well, it didn't reach me, but you know what?
You did it.
Good effort.
You did it.
And you know what? The market is, even though it feels saturated, it's not saturated.
No, it never will be.
People cannot audiences can't get enough of good stories.
Yeah.
And good movies.
Yeah.
So write whatever you got. If it's good, it'll be great.
Yeah. And
if it's bad, guess what? It's practice for the next time.
Yeah.
Don't give up on this shit.
At the worst, what you'll do is get better at making your movies as quickly and easily as possible. Look at fucking Robert Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you one better. Linkletter. Yeah. No, Linkletter. Didn't you see Dazed and Confused? Didn't everybody see Dazed and Confused?
Not now.
Matthew McConaughey knows about Dazed and Confused. That's the reason Matthew McConaughey won an Oscar, is because he got a start on an indie movie in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and that's where...
No, not Hollywood. Austin fucking Texas. Yeah. Back when Austin wasn't making movies.
Yeah, and that's where
Back in the early... We're talking like 90, 91.
Yeah, and that's where your
Linkletter made a little movie called Dazed and Confused and gave us all these little tiny stars that are all big stars now, including an Oscar winner, Matthew fucking McConaughey.
Yeah, and you know who else was in that movie?
Who? Which one? Well,
your universally heralded best on-screen presentation of Batman ever, Ben Affleck.
Of course he was.
He was in that movie too.
He played
the fucking asshole in that movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember his name. Shannon. I think his last name. I
think he was Shannon, but yeah.
No, I think they would just refer to him as his last name, Shannon. I think it's been a while.
But it doesn't matter. He was a complete asshole. But he was in that too.
Well, I mean,
and that was, hey, let's make a movie for the weekend.
Hey, they shot Go Hunting in fucking Boston.
Yeah.
In Southie.
Yeah.
Nobody makes a movie in Southie, especially not to nobodies in Hollywood. I mean, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, who the fuck ever heard of them as writers?
Basically,
but guess what? They fucking won Oscars for writing that movie. And you can shoot a movie in Southie, in Boston. You can shoot a movie in Austin. I mean, and we're talking about movies in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 2016 right now. You can shoot a movie anywhere. So, write, shoot, edit, repeat. Do it. And you know what? Right now what's popping is sci-fi, again, of course, and comic books are blowing up.
Because, and I'll say this because they both do those things that all other movies can't. They take things and they blow everything up.
Yeah.
But at the heart of them is an actual examination of things.
Well, I mean, when they did did Good Will Hunting, nobody wanted to touch it except for
Miramax.
What's his name? The producer, the big producer.
Gus Van Sant?
No, not director, producer. The guy at Miramax Dimension. He's a big producer.
See, I'm thinking Weinstein, but that's
Weinstein. Yes, no.
It's Weinstein.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Harvey and Bob Weinstein. Yeah, the Weinstein brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was Harvey or Bob, but they took a chance on these two nobodies named Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and they blew up when they took them under their wing.
Oh my God, they
Miramax.
So hard.
They just put them under. They just put up under their flag, Miramax, and boom, the motherfuckers won Oscars. Mm-hmm. Listen, I mean, I've seen the early Damon and Affleck acting careers. They're pretty
paycheck.
Yeah, they're pretty I have to pay rent or I'm gonna starve to death.
Yeah.
They're pretty they are the struggling actors of the early '90s, late '80s. But guess what? 5-6 years later, they won Oscars as writers. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude! Write, shoot, edit, repeat. And that's direct from Ryan Connolly on Film Riot. I got to give credit where credit's due. That motherfucker's doing it great.
And I'll say this,
but do it.
It's a collaborative thing.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a back and forth thing, and put complete trust in every step of the process.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm the director. This is what we're going to shoot. I'm the editor. This is what makes it in a movie.
Oh, no,
I'm the writer. This is the story.
You'll be the director.
Yeah.
I'll be the editor.
Yeah, that's
you know why? Because if you direct, write, and edit every single thing you do,
you're making movies. You're making it only for yourself.
It stops being the beautiful art form, and this is some knowledge, kids.
Yeah,
it stops being the beautiful collaborative art form that film is. Okay.
Yeah.
If you just think about it for 2 seconds, film is the most collaborative art form ever.
Yeah.
You need a bunch of different people with their input. And you know what? You end up with an Oscar-winning performance if you get the right people and the right things going. And you know what? It doesn't take that great director. It doesn't take that great writer. It doesn't take that great editor who get jack shit for credit.
Oh, yeah.
And they deserve way more credit than they get.
Yeah.
It takes all of those people together. And you know what? One of the things I've always heard is, you know what? It's true. It is true. I did take a little bit of humility for the last thing I shot when I had somebody else edit it. It's true. Don't edit your own thing first, but before you release it, hand it off to somebody else that you trust. Let that person edit it on their own.
Yeah.
Because their version of whatever you shoot, it might feel totally different, but remember, it's a feeling.
Yeah.
If you write a good movie and you shoot a good movie, you're hoping to get a feeling, an emotion out of the audience. And you know what? The editor has, at the end, all power. Mm-hmm. Now, in the studio system, you don't have any control. The studio gives those editors orders, and those orders are always make us money. Yeah. But if you're doing an indie film or or especially a low or no budget film, pick somebody you like, pick somebody you trust, let them edit your shit.
Yeah.
You will be very surprised to see what kind of a film comes out. And guess what? If you don't like it, that's just your opinion.
Yeah.
You may have written and directed it, but guess what? The guy who edited it might have made a better movie out of it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that as somebody who has written and directed before.
Yeah.
You gotta, be able to give some collaboration.
Yeah, and
you have to be open to collaboration, man. The film is the most collaborative art form. It just is.
Yeah. The writer has the idea. The director has the vision. the editor makes all of it come together.
At the end,
too. Yeah, the editor goes.
I mean,
okay, I see what
I was hoping not. I was hoping not to sum it up so simply. You know what?
But it's true.
But you know what, Guy? I'll give you props for a lot of these podcasts.
Yeah,
I feel you go on a lot. You know what? You made that very succinct.
Yeah,
so I gotta give you props. You did.
The editor goes, I see what the writer was trying to say.
Right.
And the editor goes, I see what the director was trying to say.
Right.
The editor goes, I'm watching this movie. I want everybody to see what these two people were trying to say.
Yeah.
And this is how it's shown.
Yeah.
This is the best way that I've come up with to say it. I'll take some input.
Yeah.
But this scene that you spent 20 takes on that's really great, maybe that has to go because the editor is like...
Yeah. Go ahead.
It kind of goes with the producer and the editor speaks to the audience.
Go ahead.
As in the writer speaks to his artistic vision.
Right.
Along with the director, but the editor goes, you're not watching this.
Now
everybody else is watching this, so
yeah.
I appeal to audience where writer slightly does, director does a little bit more, and editor goes audience.
Now,
Audience, pacing, flow, story structure, all of that stuff.
Now the issue comes up when we're talking about in the studio system.
In the studio system, the editor is
because the editor is
the most. Yeah.
The editor sometimes is an employee of the studio.
Yeah.
Now that's what happens when you get into the studio system, and that editor all of a sudden starts cutting shit that you might need. Like we were just talking about we were just talking about Batman v Superman, and I'm sorry. If the Ultimate Edition, like I looked up online, is code for Director's Cut, I'm going to say the same thing that I said about Blade Runner. Yeah, and you've seen Blade Runner a lot of times.
Yeah.
I love the director's version, Director's Cut of Blade Runner. I think more than the original. I'm sorry, I know what they were going for, but I love the director's cut. I love the what the director was going for because I get to see the real version. Guess what? If you get it, if you make it big time, and let's be honest, the odds are not in your favor. It's not. No. You know, it's not like the Hunger Games. The odds are not in your favor. But you know what? If you got good shit and you work hard enough, they will be.
Yeah.
But if you get into the studio system, the studio is going to assign a bunch of people to tell you what to do.
Yeah. One
of those people or a team of those people are editors that are going to cut your shit up.
Yeah.
And that's why I mean, I can rattle on about the indie films I have seen on Vimeo and YouTube a bunch. Now, I'm sure if you're watching this again years later, I'm sure there's some. Thank you first.
Yeah.
And secondly, I'm sure there's something that has preceded that. Yeah. And something that's better. But right now, Vimeo, I go pretty much daily, and I just look for what is the hottest indie films because I watch them. They're free, so that doesn't hurt because I'm not a fucking rich filmmaker.
Yeah.
So I don't have money to bank on every single movie I see.
But
you know what? I get to see films from guys that don't give a shit as much about money as they do about making the fucking story get told visually the way it should be told. And you know what? I see some of the best movies ever on fucking Vimeo, and they're great.
Yeah.
But anyway, with that, I think we should take a break. I think that's probably part one.
Yeah, that's the end of part one.
And we'll get to part two.